Why do we use capital and small letters when one of them would suffice? Have you ever wondered why we use both uppercase and lowercase letters instead of just one? The truth is, capital and small letters have been a part of the written language for so long that it is difficult to imagine writing any other way. In this video, we'll explore the history of capital and small letters and examine why they are still an essential part of written communication today. The earliest forms of writing can be traced back to ancient civilizations like the Sumerians and Egyptians. These systems consisted of pictograms and ideograms, which used images to represent objects and ideas. As writing evolved, more complex characters and symbols were developed, including alphabets. And that leads us to our first question: why both of capital and small letters, not only one of them? To understand that, we need to look back at the history of writing. The earliest writing systems. The history of capital letters can be traced back to ancient Rome, where the Latin alphabet was developed. In the early days of the Latin alphabet, there were no small letters. Instead, the text was written in all capital letters, known as majuscule script. As writing became more widespread and used for everyday communication, the need for a more practical writing system arose. This led to the development of small letters that were faster and easier to write, which they called the lowercase letters. The lowercase letters also became more prevalent as they were easier to read and less visually demanding than uppercase letters. This is because uppercase letters are all the same height, making them visually monotonous and more challenging to distinguish from each other. In contrast, lowercase letters have varying heights and shapes, which makes them easier to read. The distinction between uppercase and lowercase letters became standardized with the introduction of movable type printing by Johannes Gutenberg in the 15th century. Movable type printing revolutionized the printing industry and allowed for the mass production of books. The use of uppercase and lowercase letters became essential for printing, as uppercase letters were used for the start of sentences, proper nouns, and titles, while lowercase letters were used for everything else. Over time, the use of capital and small letters became widespread, and it has evolved to become an essential component of modern writing. Capital letters are primarily used to mark the beginning of a sentence, to indicate proper nouns, and to highlight important words or phrases in a text. Small letters, on the other hand, are used for the rest of the text, including common nouns, adjectives, and verbs. The use of capital and small letters also aids in the comprehension of written text. Capital letters can help readers to identify proper nouns and their importance in a sentence, while small letters aid in the identification of common nouns and their relationship with other elements of the text. Another important reason for the continued use of capital and small letters is tradition and convention. The convention of using capital letters for proper nouns and at the beginning of a sentence is deeply ingrained in our culture, and it would be difficult to do away with it. Moreover, it is believed that the use of capital and small letters adds an aesthetic value to the text, making it more pleasing to the eye. Another reason for the use of capital letters is to provide emphasis. Capital letters can be used to highlight specific words or phrases for emphasis, such as in titles or headings. This draws the reader's attention to the most important parts of the text and helps to make it more engaging and interesting. The use of capital letters also has a practical purpose in differentiating between homophones, words that are pronounced the same but have different meanings. For example, the word I is always capitalized to distinguish it from the word I, which is a lowercase letter and not a word in itself. The use of capital letters can also be influenced by stylistic choices and personal preferences. For example, some writers may choose to capitalize certain words for emphasis, even if they are not proper nouns. This can create a unique voice and style in writing, and is often used in creative writing and poetry. Moreover, capital letters are also used for emphasis, to highlight titles, or to draw attention to important information. This is common in headings, book titles, and important names such as a company or brand name. It is also worth noting that the use of capital and small letters can vary between different languages and writing systems. For example, some languages, such as German, capitalize all nouns, while others, such as Japanese, do not use capital letters at all. These differences reflect the unique features of each language and writing system, and highlight the importance of understanding the cultural context in which written language is used. So there you have it, the importance of capital and small letters in written language. Whether we're writing an essay, a novel, or just a quick email, capital and small letters play a crucial role in making our writing clear, concise, and effective. By understanding the functions and conventions of these letters, we can become better writers and communicators, and better able to convey our ideas and emotions to others. And that concludes our discussion on the importance of capital and small letters in written language. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Do you have any other tips or insights on the use of capital and small letters in writing? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more great content. The purpose of this channel is answering questions, so if you are curious about any question, let me know in comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.